It's a beautiful Sunday evening, and Peter Obi don't cook food for people where we say they attack him right now because it's trending across all social media platforms as we speak. As Ibi say, then they react to the interview we just get now on top channels television. A few things when you talk for inside that interview, we will address one. He talk about the coalition. He say working with ADC coalition no be anti-party. He say he go run for 2027 and that nobody has discussed being Atiko's running mate with him. So say that one where they say go be VP, say that one no dey for the offing, you know, they at all. He also talk about you need experience of those who be say be don't fail for government and those who don't succeed in government. When they ask a question of whether or not in go they work where a lot of people wey dey the coalition and people wey be say been there for past administrations we don't fail. They say, well, you need both experiences so that they go fit get the experience of how they fail, bring that in, make him for fit, use that their failure, use make things better. He also spoke about commissioning road projects when people and especially military officers don't die. He talk about 2027, say he no need a day more than 2027. For a day more than 2031. That is less than more than 4 years. Say no need more than 4 years to do what he want do for government. In fact, in talk say at Tinubu administration, they borrow more than Yaradua. You don't borrow more than Yaradua, Jonathan Buhari government joined together. Say that one a very bad thing. And he talks if he go borrow to put into Nigeria economy, to invest inside the economy. He talk about say he not need a private jet to succeed for inside the land. He no need private jet. He say if he be president, say the North go celebrate them because of the things we go do for the North. He say you when I ask her, say, do you think they not trust me? He say I want to make the North trust me. He talk this and other issues them. But before we go on, make I bring my guest inside because now he go help us to coordinate the matter this evening. Prince Francis Chilakasa, thank you so much as you join us for Inside the Show. You look fresh this evening. What's the secret, sir? You look fresh. All right. So before we go back to Peter B, let me quickly run some headlines that we have this evening. Well, in all of these things will be they talk today, Sha. Yes, so we can like, hey, presidency, who you, where you they go, you cannot be president. In fact, Obi can never be president of Nigeria. Now waiting is to make it up. And then can say Obi they undemocratic, say conduct local government election for 8 years. President for where your time has passed. Now so he blast them. And then 83% of Nigerians don't trust Tinubu government, National Assembly, judiciary. This is according to a new survey will just come out. They talk about this one. The matter we will get today too plenty. And then there's this secret, there's this conversation about NIPOS that people are now couriering or transporting weapons, drugs, all sorts of things through NIPOS since Tinubu's administration. And that is a very risky conversation. I be reveal. As Ibi say NIPOS now don't react concerning transporting hard drugs since Tinubu became president. But we go look what's in their reaction be. And then Governor Babagana Zulum don't talk on whether Ingo come out for coalition or whether Ingo come out for APC or not. 50% of hard drugs in circulation are fake. ACPN don't talk that one. And then very quickly, Tinubu's sudden food reform driven by panic, fear of losing 2027 election. This is according to ADC. Say, oh wow, you don't do food reform now because of the fear may you lose 2027. If them born you will continue the way you carry now. Consider that when look whether you no go lose. All right. And then 2027, North has no choice but to back Southern candidates. Now waiting, then talk. I'll resume at Senate on Tuesday. Natasha Potudoan, don't tell his supporters. 2027, APC can defeat Atiku. ADC needs unpredictable candidates. They may not bring their normal candidates. If Atiku, APC go win them. This is according to Baba Ahmed. And then Tinubu to military. Crush all threats to Nigeria's unity without hesitation. Before now, we never get this mandate. What is going on? Why is the president now giving this mandate? Crush everybody. Oh wow. All right. There should be more to this. Meanwhile, the federal government don't list two of the presidential jets for sale for inside Switzerland. Oh wow, our president is now understanding things. I like this. 2027 APC not threatened by opposition coalition. Ebony party chair, now they talk this one. Killings, time to crush criminals is now. Tinubu don't talk as he talk before. Budget will ensure no part of Nigeria is neglected. National Assembly. All this and more, now ABC will go to look into the matter this evening. Prince Francis Chilakasa, sharp. We no get time. Peter Obi said a few things. So we'll look at the things and when you talk, and then we'll go to waiting reactions when Nigerians don't react concerning the things and when talk. And trust her no more I'm one of those who don't jump into waiting in talk now and say, oh, you don't contradict yourself concerning Abacha case. If you talk one thing another time, you don't talk another thing another time. You don't talk another thing now for inside this case. But I'm gonna play all of this one by one so that you will see them. First of all, make we take a look at waiting and talk about the coalition very
this
quickly.
company where they say, oh, you cannot be in two companies at the same time. But I have indicated my intention. I want to go into this. That is not.
Well, you don't see it as anti-party.
No. There's not an anti-party.
No, because I don't think Labour Party has agreed to
remember, we said for 2027. Say we're not in 2020, we're in 2025. It's clear. We've adopted this for 2027. So if I say I'm going to this, that doesn't say, oh, well, listen, I want to be sharing, I want to be able to be part of your dinner in the evening. That doesn't mean I should abandon my breakfast and lunch because I intended to come and eat your dinner. No, we're going there.
So
we're going to go together. We are not abandoning where we are. At some stage, when that happens, you know.
So you are thinking of being a running mate to Atiku. Is that the case right now? That's your intention?
Again, Shehu, this is not in play. Nobody have ever discussed that.
You know what I'm asking?
People assume so many things. Nobody have ever discussed with me whether I'm going to be A or B or C. Shehu, I'm going to contest for the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And I believe I'm qualified for it.
You know the reason why I'm asking this? The coalition has been touted as Atiku-led coalition. And there are those who think that organization of coming together, that marriage is for an Atiku platform to run.
People just assume anything in this country. And I don't believe in assumption. I don't live with it. I'm part of a coalition which will be able to produce a competent president with the capacity, compassion to save this country.
And you look at the assemblage in that room. Some have described them as geriatrics who are old and done politically, who have been former this, former that. And this is Peter Obi, and your reputation, you know what your reputation is with the Nigerian people. There are those who think that Peter Obi stands for a ray of hope, a beacon of hope for a lot of young Nigerians. And your association with some of those who have been described as spent, former this, former that. You don't think that there's a problem there, a contradiction?
So, when a leader comes into the scene, you lead everybody. Your job is to change. You change the old, you change the young. You don't just say, oh, my job as a leader is to change those who are not even, and if you look at it, it's about everywhere in the world. Those who brought out change everybody. Even for those of us, I'm sure in Islam, it's within the Quran.
All right, so Prince Francis Chilaka, very quickly, let me let you jump in on what he said about this. Then he also did mention, he did say a few things too about working with people who had failed in the past too. Maybe in the course of your reaction, I will bring up that conversation when you talk about working with people who don't fail before, if possible, because she will be the ask whether a lot of people who did the ADC right now, system don't fail. Then be there for the past administration where Nigerians say failed them. So why do you want to work with people who were in an administration that failed Nigerians? He did react to that. He said, everybody, say, Ingo carry everybody along. Say, sometimes you need the experiences of those who don't fail for you to fit succeed. You know, that's what he said. Apologies. Looks like your lights, they give you issues, sir. Can you hear me? All
I'm
right.
here.
So kindly go ahead.
I'm here. All right. Well, you know, I think sometimes people need to be patient. People need to have courage. People need to apply wisdom to listen to Peter Obi. But unfortunately, the minions of APC, they don't listen. These are people who are paid to do only one thing. And that one thing they know how best to do is to attack. Try, there's this mission statement of anywhere you hear Peter Obi, anywhere you see Peter Obi, criticize him, no matter what he does or what he says. But if you sit back with an open mind to listen to what Peter Obi says, you will understand how in-depth that man is. You will understand how much he understands, the problems of Nigeria and how much he wants to be able to solve those problems. He doesn't come to you with, we'll try it this way, we'll do this error. No, he comes out to you and says to you that these are the problems. And like he rightly said, you cannot be a leader that do not take people along. You cannot be a leader that does not have an open door policy. You cannot be a leader that doesn't have a listening ear. So Peter Obi is right to say that if you say that everybody or most people or some of the people in the coalition are bad, they are this, don't forget that these bad people, these failed people, know why they failed. They've also realized why they failed. They've also realized why they are bad. So it's going to be a mix of different people. The whole idea is to be able to find a solution to the myriad of Nigerians' problem. So yes, and like Peter Obi has said also, people just sit up. They sit in their houses, they sit in their cars, they sit on top of the roof of their houses. They just make conjectures. They just put things out there, which is not true. I listened to the interview between it's also on channels between what's his name now, Ezio Kuboye and Dati Ahmed. And at the point, Dati said to him, don't change the narrative. Don't give the impression of what I did not say. Don't pass a message of what I have not said. And it takes a man that has courage, a man that has integrity and dignity to be able to say that. A lot of people grant interviews, they don't even know how what they have said can be misconstrued. So Peter Obi is really right. Nobody has held any meetings, and he has said it, you've heard it from the horse's mouth. Nobody has held any meetings as to who is going to be who in the whole coalition. Nobody has said, oh, you're going to be vice, you're going to be, no, because first and foremost, you need to build a house before you begin to talk about decoration and before you begin to talk of fittings and all of that. So what they are doing now as a coalition is to build a house. And when they are done building that house, trust me, then we will now begin to know, who is who, what role anybody is going to play. So I think he has said it the way it should be said, So let us give him the benefit of the doubt. Let us give those who have come into this coalition benefit of the doubt. Let them do what they want to do. Let them even build the house first. But as you can see, APC has suddenly woken up from sleep. Everybody in APC has turned into an attack dog. From Wike to Bayo Manuga to what's his name? To Buala to Reno Mokri. Everybody has turned into an attack dog. And some of the things these adults are putting out is so shameful. It's so shameful that these adults are, washing their dirty linens in public. And then tomorrow they want to come back to the gullible Nigerians and ask them to vote for them. I mean, you can hear somebody saying, don't mind these people. They're all displaced, how do you call them now? IDP, politicians and all of that. But do you know that using that word IDP is an insult to the Nigerians who are living in IDP? It shows that those who are using these words have no empathy, they have no respect for the Nigerian people. So I'm happy with what Peter Obi has talked about, any position. All they are talking about is to build a formidable coalition that now becomes a strong opposition party for the government to deal with.
It's a particular burning issue that is trending right now about what he said in this interview. We'll get to it, and that's got to do with him working for Abacha. But before that, let's take some more excerpt of what he said in that interview very briefly, and then we'll go ahead to other issues.
Was one of those who
Because we need to
were
dissect this quickly.
major persecutors of Jesus Christ and his team. But God changed. They want good governance.
So, like a messiah, that's what you want to be.
Whatever you call it.
A political messiah.
It's not for me to say, oh, this one is bad, this one is good. No. It is for everybody to come together and show that you can do things better.
Is it not contradictory, though? There are those who say some of them had planned to sustain military rule in Nigeria. Some of them had run severally in the government that Nigerians thought that had failed. And you say you want to reform Nigeria. Is it not contradictory?
In fact, you need some who have been in bad government. Their experience is critical. I can tell you one of the major companies in the world hired 2 people who have worked in several failed companies because they can tell you what happened, why they failed. You need the experience of those who have failed and those who have succeeded to move on. And I need everybody. You need everybody. It is a critical experience.
We share areas because you campaign in 2023 and there are those who say, well, all of the things that this government said they would do are the things that Peter Obi also said he was going to do. And I'll come to those things in a bit. But all of these things you mentioned, you said you're going to do only in one single term of 4 years.
Oh, yes, it's just to know what is happening to them daily. And you're not going to solve them overnight.
So you don't want to spend more than 4 years as president? Should you be elected?
That's it. So you can actually do all of it. You can actually. Nobody expects 100% result. They expect 100% sacrifice and effort. So we know we're driving there. So there's nobody that going anywhere is going in one day. But if we set out to go to Kaduna today, people want to see us in Kaduna Road. If we're headed to Lagos Road, we're in the wrong direction. What is happening now is that we're telling people we're going in this direction, but we're going in that direction. And so if you don't know where you're going, every road will lead you there. That's the confusion.
Can Nigerians trust that commitment of a single term from you?
So I said it and I put it in capital. I don't need a day more than 4 years. In fact, the day
and
before,
you fix Nigeria in those 4 years.
It's not fair. I will show the direction of good governance. That's why I said.
To what end is this one single? Why do you want to spend? The Constitution allows you. You've been a 2-term governor. Why do you want to?
In 2 years, there had been maximum damage. That shows 2 years can change it in good direction. People want to get up and see a president that cares, a president that shows compassion. So today we have a country without compassion. Leadership without compassion doesn't exist. It's a minus.
Francis Chilakasa, do you think that compassion has any role to play in politics? Or he's just
compassion has role to play in governance. Because when you look at the Nigerian constitution, you have I don't know the section, but I know you have what they call the kind of I've forgotten the word to use for it, but there's this social contract between the Nigerian people and the government. Precious, if you had followed this government, you will not see anything about social contract. You will not. You will not see empathy. If there's an empathy in this government, Nigerians will not be hungry. Nigerians will not be walking the streets looking for who to give them food, looking for who to buy medical prescription drugs for them. Companies will not be closing down. Each day we read in the newspaper, oh, people are coming to invest. People are coming. Now the federal government says, oh, we're doing something, we're revolutionizing agriculture. How can you revolutionize agriculture when you do not have security architecture to take care of your farmers? You and I know that flood happened in Niger State. A lot of people got displaced. A lot of people got killed, died as a result of the flood. What has government done to them? Making a promise to the people is not the same thing as providing, empathy to them. Empathy means that you're showing them love. You're available to them. It's like a father and his children and his wife. A father must be a man who shows empathy to his family.
Okay,
Be
so
available to them.
all right, sir. So can we speak to this thing he said about not leaving Labour Party but working with ABC or working with the ADC? Is this some sort of Wike kind of politics that he wants to play? What does
No,
this thing
that
about
is what you
you
see.
don't want leave
I've
you don't
always
want leave
said,
ADC, you don't want leave Labour Party, but you want stay for ADC the
okay,
work. What's that thing
okay,
mean, sir?
let me tell you something. Let me even start from the source of the problem. When you have a president that carries his son everywhere he goes, and suddenly you now have office of the first son, you have office of the wife, you have office of the first daughter. Is that not an aberration of governing principle? Then you now have a minister who is a member of the opposition, but is working in every speech he has made, in every speech, in every appearance, Wike has appeared, he has done one thing, and that is to demonize the party that brought him to limelight. And yet he's working for opposition. So Wike is neither in APC, and we don't even know how much of PDP he belongs to. So Wike has created a platform or a situation where everybody will follow suit. And that is why when Wike was going to China, because Mr. President has been taking his son, Sheikh Tinubu, all over the place, Wike also took his children to China. And you could see them snapping, posting pictures of people he went for official visit to. So it is like a bad, corrupt system in our electorate, in our governance. So because Wike is doing it, and nobody is questioning him, nobody sees anything wrong with it, he has said the president, and everybody will follow it. So it's not just going to be Peter Obi that will be in Labour Party and working for ADC. No, you will find out that those who have formed the coalition, they are not, like I said, the coalition has not been formed through the political parties. The coalition has been formed by individuals. One quote says they have, some of them have come out to say, we have failed you people as Nigerians. We have failed as leaders. But what we want to do is to redeem ourselves. Because some of them will say they have gotten to that age. There's an age you get to in life where you begin to make a retrospective of yourself. You begin to say, oh, I've done this thing in this way, but I should have been doing it this way. And you want to, have this relationship with your God. You want to be at peace with your God. You want to be at peace with humanity. So that is what you see happening. So whether it is Labour Party or not, like you said, they will all be in their different various parties and work for what they want.
All right, sir.
So it's gone part of our political life right now.
So going back to the conversation, do you think the administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu lacks empathy?
How much is a bag of rice?
Eh?
How much is a bag of rice? How
No,
much is a liter of tofu?
rice not get anything to do with empathy, sir. Empathy, that is,
What is empathy? Is it not love?
compassion.
When how do you show compassion to your people? Is it not by providing for them? Is it not by making sure that the money they have has value?
Because Obi,
Is it not by ensuring that
when Peter Obi they talk this one, he be mention say we get about 20 soldiers who die for Niger State instead of the president to go visit them out of empathy, or so rather he go the
it is the same thing. It is
bus
the same.
station for
The
Abuja.
empathy. The empathy is is cut across board. Empathy in terms of when you lose your military men, you must show empathy to them, to their families. You must show empathy in the way your people eat, what they eat, how they survive, how they pay their house rents,
So
how
this is
they
what
send their
question.
children to school.
Do you think, in your opinion, as a Nigerian living in Nigeria today, do you think this administration lacks empathy?
It lacks it. In every sphere, the administration lacks it. The administration lacks empathy. The administration is not listening to anybody. The administration does not care about the voice of the people. That is why a Wike will come out and tell you that after all, he uses a Rolls Royce and he bought it. So what happens? That is why a certain minister, the minister of power, we've not had light. They moved us to Band A. For the past 4 days, we've not had light in our area. But your minister has declared I want to contest government. Yes, Band A. Yes. But the minister, the same minister that won't be able to provide light for the Nigerian people is now declaring his intention to come. What people were saying before, the rumor mongers were saying that this man was brought in to be able to gather money and everything for election. So now that he believes that he has enough, he has declared that he wants to contest election. So these are the things we say when we say there is no empathy. If the government has an empathy, you would not, on the first day of assumption of office, on the day you are being inaugurated.
Oh dear. I don't know if network has...
How do you clarify this reputation?
Okay. Prince Francis Chilak, I don't know if you're there. If you're not there, let's quickly take a listen to some more, up, and we quickly also address the issue that's got to do with the
work. Children being in school. There's no compassion. There's no governance. I will not be. Look at this week. This week alone, Monday, 30-something were killed in one of our states. Tuesday, 13 was killed in one of our states. Yesterday, it was over 10 in Anambra. This morning, it's over 13 in Sokoto. And our president is in island of St. Lucia. That is not even up to the size. Island of St. Lucia is 617 square kilometers of land. Mina is 6,700. Mina is 10 times the size of St. Lucia. In terms of population, St. Lucia is only 180,000 people. Ajegunle is 560. Ajegunle. So what is our president doing there?
So that trip is a waste of time. Is that what you said?
No. See, I won't do it. If I'm going to go to St. Lucia, that won't last more than 1 day. Our president has not even gone to any state for 2 days, apart from Lagos. I will be in Niger State. I will be in Mokwa. If there's any place to stay longer days, it's in Mokwa, where I have lost now 800 to 1,000 people. Why will I be there? He even gave some children scholarship in St. Lucia. When we have 18 million out-of-school children, with our capital, children are not in school. Shego, that's not governance. The country needs governance.
I mean, are we looking for saints to run this country?
No, we're looking for competent persons with capacity, character, and compassion to do it.
We don't belong to a gang of saints.
No. Saints, even saints.
No, Gregory. No. But you're not a saint.
No, saints derive from Presidency, and a combination of the great saints, Peter and Gregory. So it's not just I'm Peter.
But in character, you're not a saint.
No. In character, a leader must be somebody. I said he must be competent. He must have character and behavior, public conduct to show that this is right, this is wrong.
Let me ask you, and I'd like you to clarify this, because I watch a lot of conversation around you, and around every major political figure in this country. How do you clarify this reputation that you worked for the Abacha government or in the Abacha government?
I've never worked for government before I became governor. I can tell you that.
Did you do anything?
Let me clarify for you. I've never worked for any government before. I was a very successful businessman. And everybody knows that. I was a very successful businessman. I built my business from scratch to something of a routine. As a businessman, I'm also part of those who were controlling trade in Lagos then. There was a time during Abacha's government, even happened during Obasanjo's government, there was a time during Abacha's government, because you know when Abacha took over, they said all ports, seaports and everything closed. So they came out with a policy that caused congestion in our ports, even in the airports. Goods were not being cleared, goods were not being exported and everything. And some of us felt, no, we need to go and see the head of state then, or at least the commissioner for Minister of Finance, who was I think it was Annie. So we came to Abuja, about 50 of us. We had an audience with the Minister of Finance and the President and the head of state then, and we were able to elucidate the problem we're facing. The President then directed the Finance Minister that he should take some of us who are the leaders, should just form a committee to decongest all the ports in Nigeria. And there were about 10 or 20 ports. Make sure that in each committee, one of us is involved. That's the only thing I had to do with the port. And then when we finished, which lasted maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they said, it is now time to.
All right, so Prince Francis Chilaka, I want us to come back to this sports conversation very soon. We'll come back to it because that's actually the bone of contention this evening in that across social media about Peter Obi. But before that, let's take what he said about the president's visit to St. Lucia, the fact that the presidency lacks empathy. By the way, that statistics when you give on out of school children will be say they 18,000. I think that was
20.
it was actually, he said 18,000, and that was the 18,000 is actually 2022-2023 statistics, because
It's
let me
about
tell
20
you,
something million now.
because right now it's about 20 something million statistics. So that's not very correct. Maybe just the sorry for them. But Mike, I'll let you speak to that. Then before we speak to this Abacha thing, we talk, because we'll go a footage of him saying something different at another time been done surface, have been done surface rather, and people they use and right now, they jump on it right now. So I would like make you listen to this interview again after now. But jump into this one first. We will listen to that aspect again keenly and we'll see the difference with them inside. Go ahead, sir. So react to the out of school children matter, the
Let,
St.
let,
Lucia.
let, let, let me say this, and I'm saying it as a Nigerian, and I'm saying it as a Nigerian who feels betrayed by her government, who feels betrayed by her leaders, who feel that her leaders, like the Emir of Kano would say, that Nigerian leaders do not understand what poverty is. For me, Mr. President has gone to St. Lucia on a jamboree. He didn't go there for anything that would add value to the lives and livelihoods of Nigerians. You cannot go to a country that should be looking for you and you're the one looking for them. Ordinarily, the St. Lucia, the president or whoever should be the one coming to Nigeria to ask for our hand in friendship. We have belittled ourselves as a country, as a nation, and as a people. So I say it always that this government is in the forefront of demarketing this nation. And it's not go to a small Caribbean island that the number of persons there can be counted. On a very busy day in Lagos Island, if you're not careful, people will step on you. And you're going to a country that, if you drop everybody in that country on Lagos Island, there'll still be space. And you're going there, first of all, you're going there, you're talking about tradition, you're talking about culture, and then suddenly, all the SAs of the president are busy trying to educate us on literature and history. They're trying to tell us the relationship between Nigeria and suddenly, Nigerians were moved from Nigeria to St. Lucia. Suddenly, we're sharing almost the same kind of culture and tradition with them. Suddenly, they are the brothers of Nigeria. What doesn't make any sense?
Okay.
And then to add salt onto the injury, you now start awarding scholarships. Meanwhile, like Peter Obi has said, there are about 20 plus million Nigerian children that cannot go back to school. Not because they don't want to go to school, but because the economy has become so difficult that their parents can no longer afford to pay their school fees.
All
And
right,
coming further, he's also talking about sending Nigerian doctors into the same place. It's as if Mr. President is preparing a new home for himself and not for Nigerians.
All right, so make we quickly listen to that aspect when you talk about how he used work for Abacha, and we will come back to come listen to another a previous footage where he talk about some years ago or some time ago how he used explain what he been do for Abacha at that time. So make we listen to I think that
Say,
aspect
you
when you
know
talk
the more
about
important
work
than
for Abacha
children
right now.
Although you
left
said
for
gremlins,
No,
in this country.
no, we're looking for some children's scholarships
Okay.
in St. Lucia. When we have 18 million out of school children with governance, the country needs no. Sense that a leader must be somebody
Around every major political figure in this country. How do you clarify this reputation that you worked for the Abacha government or in the Abacha government?
So I've never worked for government before I became governor. I can tell you that.
Did you do anything including special?
So let me clarify for you. I've never worked for any government before. So I was a very successful businessman. And everybody knows that. I was a very successful businessman. I built my business from scratch to something of a routine. As a businessman, I'm also part of those who were controlling trade in Lagos then. There was a time during Abacha's government, even happened during Obasanjo's government, there was a time during Abacha's government, because when Abacha took over, they said all ports, seaports and everything closed. So they came out with a policy that caused congestion in our ports, even in the airports. Goods were not being cleared, goods were not being exported and everything. And some of us felt, no, we need to go and see the head of state then, or at least the commissioner, Minister of Finance, who was I think it was Ani. So we came to Abuja, about 50 of us. We had an audience with the Minister of Finance and the President and the head of state then, and we were able to elucidate the problem we're facing. The President then directed the Finance Minister that he should take some of us who are the leaders, should just form a committee to decongest all the ports in Nigeria. And there were about 10 or 20 ports. Make sure that in each committee, one of us is involved. That's the only thing I had to do with the port. And then when we finished, which lasted maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they said, it is now time to probe and reorganize the port, because I had written in one of my comments that Nigerian Port Authority is the only port I know in the world that have an office outside its country of operation. And couple that they've seen, they said, you become a member of the panel. He said, if anything, I was a member that tried to reorganize and sack people. Saying he has nothing to do with working government. I've never met Abacha. I don't know him. I'm not in the military. Saying everything I've done in my life is in the public space.
Sorry, sir. Prince Francis Chilakasa, you heard what he said here. Now let's quickly take a previous footage where he addressed same conversation, which is the reason why this is now trending. Let's
Just
take what
said,
he said.
I was telling them a story last night about Abacha. How we were almost supposedly be arrested for not paying duty. The port was congested. Everything was under Abacha. You clear goods so faster than you can today. And we did everything. So we're supposed to be under arrest because they said we didn't pay duty. We didn't do anything. So we went to Abuja to see Abacha. We were 100. They said they're going to lock us up Only 30 agreed to see him. And when they said I should speak, I was talking. Halfway, the man banged his table and said, "Come, I need the minister." He said, "Form today, put the congestion."
Did you hear that?
Talking, which is me.
Did you hear that?
Chairman, think
Did you
everything.
hear that?
So,
Prince Francis Chilaka, I don't know if you heard what he said. He said, the minister, please kindly listen again, because I said now they are calling Peter Obi a liar. So I'd like you to listen to what he said again. Please, kindly help me.
just said, I was telling them a story last night about Abacha. How we went to, we were almost supposedly be arrested for not paying duty. The port was congested. Everything was under Abacha. You clear goods so faster than we can today. And we did everything. So we're supposed to be under arrest because they said we didn't pay duty. We didn't do anything. So we went to Abuja to see Abacha. We were 100. They said they're going to lock us up. Only 30 agreed to see him. And when they said I should speak, I was talking. Halfway, the man banged his table and said, "Come, I need the minister." He said, "Form today, put the congestion." You see this boy who is talking, which is me, chairman, thinker. That's how I got involved in the port. And when they finished it, everybody was coming for Apaja for clearing the port. But all he did.
Okay. All right. So the reason we make him give this example, maybe they give example about a listening government where they listen. Say them being go to Abuja to go, when ports the congestion been day to clear goods na wahala, and saying a business person in be. So then go to see how they go talk to the government in power at that time. Remember, it was military regime, and he said they went to see Abacha. But apparently, I don't know if they ended up seeing Abacha, because remember in this conversation right now, he mentioned the minister. That's why I said you should please help me listen to it again. Because now Rena Mokri dropped a message and said that, that Peter B contradicts himself. That this is not because I'm giving him attention, but I like us to analyze this without emotions and with clarity. Because what we're doing is a cause for our nation. So not us, and that is I am here for, and that's what I stand for. So I like us affect us. Now, this was the message that Rena Mokri left, that Peter Obi contradicts himself. That means in one breath, in talks, he never meet Abacha before during show interview. But here, for inside this interview now, he just said that he met Abacha. Meanwhile, perhaps what he was trying to say was the fact that the fact that he mentioned the minister there was that when they went to see Abacha, they met the minister, because you cannot see the head of state like that. So it was the minister that they met, and that the minister was the one that said, "This boy." But I don't know if you understand anything different from what he said, though. That is why I said we should listen again carefully. I played it the second time. If I have to play the third time again, please let's do that, and then let me take your reaction, sir. Oh,
All right.
apart from the fact that people
Let,
like Red
let,
Monkey had
let,
said that Obi
you
worked for
see-
more than
you-
3 years with Abacha, but let's go
let,
on
no,
because you
let me
mentioned
say,
here.
I told you when you started today, I said a lot of people listen to attack, they don't listen to assimilate.
Hmm.
And when anything that has to do with Peter Obi, I have friends, very close friends. I don't really keep friends, but I have friends from a distance. If you want to look for their trouble, talk about Peter Obi. The way Oren Omakere talks about Peter Obi is the way every one of them, and they're all APC members. Now, what I got
So
from
you don't understand what he said. The bone of contention is that in the interview with Sheon Okebaloye, he said he's never met Abacha before. He doesn't know him, meaning that he doesn't share any personal relationship with him. But in
let me
this
let me let
interview,
me
he
come.
almost insinuated that he saw Abacha and Abacha picked him for the interview. But what I perceived there was the fact that the minister, perhaps they went to see Abacha in that protest, but they didn't meet Abacha. They met the minister who they expressed their grievances to. I don't know whether you understand my point, but make
Okay,
it clear.
let me take it from the beginning.
Okay.
There's something he said that people are not listening. As I said, people are not listening. People are just made up their minds to attack this man. He said to you see, when we say you have worked with the government in Nigeria, what people are trying to establish is the fact that your business, your success is tied to that government or is tied to government like this. That is a big problem in Nigeria. So anybody you can say has had dealings with government. It's like when you talk of Dangote, a lot of people will tell you, oh, Dangote made his money from Nigerian government. They have always been available and worked with every Nigerian government. Call it military, call it civil. So what Peter Obi was trying to clarify is that Peter Obi, I made my money, I built my business first and foremost without government patronage. And I'll tell you, what Peter Obi is saying is the same thing. Few weeks back, I spoke my own experience, something like that. Few weeks back, we went to a meeting in one of the commands, custom commands in Lagos. And during the meeting, we all spoke. And when I spoke, I raised some pertinent issues. And I preferred solutions to the way those, issues can be sorted out. And the, controller immediately said, oh, it said to the PRO, set up a committee and make sure that Prince is part of that committee. Now, if that committee is set up, whether it is, obviously the CG of custom was not there, but for the fact that a controller has given that directive, even if it's a minister, it is assumed that that minister cannot set up that committee to decongest the port without having to go back to his principal. So there must have been a discussion either between now or before.
Okay. Let's for the purpose of clarity here, please let's kindly listen to that part of the conversation again for today's own and the previous one, just for the purpose of clarity. I know why I'm emphasizing on this so that we clear,
So it's not more important than children being in school.
You worked for the Abacha government or in the Abacha government.
So I've never worked for government before I became governor. I can tell you that.
Did you do anything in special?
So let me clarify for you. I've never worked for any government before. So I was a very successful businessman. And everybody knows that. I was a very successful businessman. I built my business from scratch to something of reputation. As a businessman, I'm also part of those who were controlling trade in Lagos then. There was a time during Abacha's government, even happened during Obasanjo's government, there was a time during Abacha's government, because when Abacha took over, they said all ports, seaports and everything closed. So they came out with a policy that caused congestion in our ports, even in the airports. Goods were not being cleared, goods were not being exported and everything. And some of us felt, no, we need to go and see the head of state then, or at least the commissioner, Minister of Finance, who was I think it was Ani. So we came to Abuja, about 50 of us. We had an audience with the Minister of Finance and the President and the head of state then, and we were able to elucidate the problem we're facing. The President then directed the Finance Minister that he should take some of us who are the leaders, should just form a committee to decongest all the ports in Nigeria. And there were about 10 or 20 ports. Make sure that in each committee, one of us is involved. That's the only thing I had to do with the port. And then when we finished, which lasted maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they said, it is now time to probe and reorganize the port, because I had written in one of my comments that Nigerian Port Authority is the only port I know in the world that have an office outside its country of operation. And couple that they've seen, they said, you become a member of the panel. He said, if anything, I was a member that tried to reorganize and sack people. Saying he has nothing to do with working government. I've never met Abacha. I don't know him. I'm not in the military. Saying everything I've done in my life is in the public space.
You heard that? Sorry, Sorry, let me play the second one again, that other old one, which is the bone of contention. Yes, I can hear you, Laura. Kindly hang on there, please. Let's play that second one.
Just said, I was telling them a story last night about Abacha. How we went to, we were almost supposedly be arrested for not paying duty. The port was congested. Everything was under Abacha. You clear goods so faster than you can today. And we did everything. So we're supposed to be under arrest because they said we didn't pay duty. We didn't do anything. So we went to Abuja to see Abacha. We were 100. They said they were going to lock us up. Only 30 agreed to see him. And when they said I should speak, I was talking. Halfway, the man banged his table and said, "Come, I need the minister." He said, "Form today, pour the congestion." You see this boy who is talking, which is me, chairman, thinker. That's how I got involved in the port. And when they finished it, everybody was coming for Apaja for clearing the port. But all he did.
All right. Okay, so Princess Chilaka, let me quickly take this call from Laura. She's in the UK. Laura, hi. Good to hear from you again. Go ahead and respond very quickly.
Hi, good evening.
Good
Prince
evening.
Chilaka, good evening. Good evening to all your
Good,
guests.
good evening.
Let me say two or three quick points.
Go ahead.
One, when we speak really fast, we can miss one incident of our experience with incidents of another experience.
Yes.
I do that a lot. Sometimes, for the sake of integrity, you see me that I'll go back to a YouTube comment or a Twitter comment and go and correct something. If you go back and listen to some of the calls I've made on your channel, I would have talked 3 lines back and I'll remember something like, no, that's not correct. Because we have mixed one incident for another. That's one. Two, I heard what Prince Chilaka said, and what you are saying when you say, oh, that you came in, he could have met the minister and all that. Let me give you an example of something that quickly happened. 2014-ish, I can't remember the exact year. The Nigerian customs and some other 1 or 2 parastatals in Nigeria were doing a roadshow in the UK, organized by the Financial Times. I went there. Who was in government? I can't remember, but I was in the UK. I went there 2014. And I was one of the listeners. We were looking for investors. This was one of the hotels in Park Lane. I think it was Park Lane Hotel in London. And when they finished speaking, the customs man was there and some other people. There was a particular man from, I don't know, the ministry or whatever, or parastatal of government. When he finished speaking, and then they opened it to the floor, and they wanted investors and everything. And I looked at the room. 50% of us were Nigerians. The rest of them were some people that I don't know what they are. I just got up when he gave me the mic. And I embarrassed the Nigerian delegation in front of everybody in a major Financial Times roadshow. And I said, nobody should invest. Let's not go into that. I can't remember their response to me when I finished talking, but they were thoroughly embarrassed. Can we therefore say that I met the DG of Customs because of that? I can confidently say I've never met the DG of Customs. He went to a roadshow and he made a presentation. And at the end of that presentation, I made a counter argument against them that people should not invest in Nigeria because the Nigerians, we that are investing there, did not look after us. There is no rule of law. There's no this. Can I walk out of that place and say I have met the DG of Customs? If somebody asks me, what did he tell you? What can I say? That I went into that I was in a space where he was in the same space and we had audience of him, and he gave instruction to somebody based on the comment I made. Does not mean I met him one-on-one. Do you understand? Let's pack that to another corner.
Yeah.
Then there's this particular thing I wanted to say. You see this thing where we are nitpicking on basic things that are basic human flaws, where I will mix one experience for another, and it's the next day that I may remember to correct it. Even Barack Obama makes the same thing, although Barack Obama is a very slow speaker. Peter Obi is a faster speaker.
Yes.
Faster speakers
can make mistakes. It happens to me a lot. I'm sure you notice I do a lot of repetition when I talk here too.
Yes.
So go ahead.
There's a video that Aisha Yusufu did recently where she was saying, that Buhari did not have a base. Sorry, I meant to say Tinubu does not have a base. Let's put all of that aside. Precious.
Yes, please.
There's something in particular that I wanted to say. You see, the people who are picking on Peter Obi I'm picking on a lot of this. I feel sorry for Nigerians.
So Laura, let me ask you very quickly. Now, a lot of people, I'm sure you watched Seun Okibaloye's interview with Amechi, sorry, with Wike. In fact, you watched his interview with Amechi, you watched his interview with Wike, and you watched his interview with Peter Obi. Is there any difference? Because I don't understand why people think he's biased.
100%.
What's the difference?
Seun Okibaloye is always afraid to speak to the APC people when they come to, even to the APC, even to Rotimi Amechi, he's afraid to speak to them. But when it comes to Peter Obi, he will double down. See, hey, I've remembered what I wanted to say. I have a criticism of Peter Obi. I wanted to plead with you sometime yesterday. It was ringing in my head that if I come into your studio, I won't show my face, but I want to have a session with you where I want to talk about some of the summaries of what I want Peter Obi to do.
Oh, yeah, you can use audio only, but come in.
He has one of the sorry.
You can do without your video. So just go ahead when that time comes.
One of the strong criticisms that I have with Peter Obi that I'm not pleased with him is at this stage of his presidency, at this stage of being a front runner, at this stage, Peter Obi should have a media team. I'm disappointed in him not having a media handling team. You have too much money to not have a solid consultancy system. When APC coalesced and removed Jonathan from office, that was when we had the Cambridge Analytica scandal. Do you remember?
Yes.
They hired Cambridge Analytica. It was Jonathan that hired Cambridge Analytica, but Tinubu
they had this guy. They hired this team from CNN. Yes, Obama's guy. Yes.
Williams.
They remember that the person that also headed their campaign, I think, subtly was this guy that worked for Obama. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Yes.
So my point is, this is the cheating. I've spoken to Madam Bolari, I've spoken to a couple of people, and it was the last time I spoke on a space, an obedient space, and after that I cancelled I just cancelled my Twitter handle. I was one of the people who insisted that why do we not have a Twitter handle that just says we have the handle for Peter Obi, but there should be a handle that says obedient movement and all that, and they implemented bits and pieces. But I was critical. I lambasted all of us because you cannot be at this stage and not have a solid media team. You are playing with fire. Because right after this interview, when you saw this thing, your media team would have said
up
it
to
was just
work
a twist
immediately.
of the tongue. Whatever was tired. Tomorrow morning you are distributing all your people over all the media outlets. Your people are giving interview. There is no need why we don't have an Axelrod. Obi has too much money for us not to have. Even Oluchi that was supporting Peter Obi a lot. At one point, she was the one that took up that case of that Nigerian tomato force lady issue.
Yes, sir.
At a point, Oluchi typed a text, a tweet before I left a tweet that she said, at this point, these people are going to overwhelm us. Why? Tinubu has hired AI bots. Go on Linda Ikeji. Every comment, as Peter Obi was talking today,
everywhere they were you will see the comments. They were bombarding.
AI bots.
Eh?
There is a guy in the Obedient movement who is part of a team in California who developed a super machine. Those ones are not yet to be released. That is, let me not go into detail. But that one, he said he set up a system such that he was in a chat room, people were arguing, and the AI bot had been studying him for like a period of time so that he could go to work and come back. AI was arguing with people. People were arguing with AI, thinking it's him, and he has gone to work and come back. And the thing was there for days. They are using chatbot. I am disappointed that at this stage, and I will type it, I will tell Madam Bolan. The last time they were upset with me because I told them my mind and I walked out. You see, I love Obi to pieces, but I will also tell him and the team the truth. Listen, Badebo Revival is doing a better job in media. As at this time,
no, I'm sorry. Badebo is not even doing a better job.
Only one more sentence. As at this time, in Tinubu opposition life, Tinubu was blasting Jonathan government on the Financial Times of London, in the New York Times of the how many solid, wicked opinion pieces has the Obi team put out on international media for a government that took our economy from 588 billion to 188 billion. Obi's team has been weak when it comes to communication, and he will lose the next election. I'm not saying it out of emotions. I am telling you the simple truth. If he goes into an election like this, he will lose woefully. He will get less than the 6 million he got before, because you are dealing with, in the Spanish league. There's when Barcelona is playing Madrid, they say we have an El Clasico. Obi should be playing with Tinubu. When it comes to communication, the match of media should be El Clasico.
Did you hear somebody dropped a comment here? Somebody dropped a comment here. Laura, let me just read a comment here. Somebody says that to Obi, the money for media team and AI bots can do a lot in nursing schools in Nigeria to Obi. So maybe that's why he's not thinking towards that investment.
Unfortunately, when you want to save the people, sometimes you have to invest. See, I work for a company that they say, oh, our expenditure went beyond by 2 million this year. And they say, but it's not a problem. It is because we are building capacity, we're expanding, we're taking on more people. We know we'll make the money back. To rescue future generations, to prevent 100, 200, 300 people from dying in Benue, there are certain things you must do now. And that means if you are going to wrestle power, you are dealing with a man. See, you people don't know the connection that Jagaban has. Jagaban has direct connection with Tony Blair. Jagaban, see, you guys, so Peter Obi is playing. He's playing 10-10. I'm sorry to say. I'm a lawyer. I'm sorry to say. But I got angry and I walked away from Twitter because, you see, the team around Peter Obi, we don't want to tell ourselves the truth. I was the one who complained. I said, even if you are still doing things in the background, do this. Then when they did all this back behind the scene meeting behind the scene, they invited me to one. And I told them, we talked about speech and everything, and I mentioned this thing about media. How many things do you constantly publish in the media? And what are you putting in the print? What have we put? When the day Tinubu was sworn in, Times of London put out a post called "A Kleptomaniac something to power in Nigeria." That's what the Times of London called Tinubu. A kleptomaniac. How many times has Peter Obi hired a media consultant to put political hit pieces on those media? How many times? How many pieces of opinion have we done? Where are Peter Obi's lobbyists in Washington? How many has he hired? He's playing second league. For he's a kind man, he's a good man, he's a generous man. I will vote for him over and over again. But you see, I will not. If this media, if Peter Obi is going to go into this election, this media, I will not be campaigning. I will not be putting a naira. I will give it to support people because his media game should be an El Clasico when it comes. Do you see PDP? Do you see? Sorry, not PDP. Do you see APC? The hit by hit. You are playing. You are playing. He will not win. I am telling you, no emotions. If he continues like this, he should go and hire both within Nigeria and outside of Nigeria. He should go and hire solid media people who will coach him. Obama had media people coaching him. I've listened to the podcast of two guys. One was a junior, one was, I think, maybe more senior, who were both working with David Axelrod when they were coaching Obama before interviews. Peter Obi wants to do interviews, and when he finishes, he will call Aisha, and did I do well? Okay, give me feedback. That was for last year. That was for 2023. Not this time. Not this time.
All right.
Because as you finish that thing, you will put out a post, you will be on media, you will kill. You are in your position, yet you are not setting the narrative. The person in government who is failing is the one constantly setting the narrative. He's relying on his, every time they've been calling his followers mob. If you have a solid media team of 6 people, spending at least 100 million on them a year, you will be setting, I'm disappointed at this time. Who coached him before he had this meeting? Who sat down and did a revision of? Do you know that if Nancy Pelosi, the former speaker of the reps, the Democrat speaker, before she will have a meeting, they've agreed all the questions. They've agreed all the questions with the media house, or you don't get a right to, because you're also using it to sell adverts. You pre-bring the questions, they approve. Or they may not pre-bring the questions, but they will tell you the areas they will speak on and the areas they will not speak on. Take it or leave it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Laura.
Just that speaker has 3 questions.
Thank
I'm
you.
disappointed. The team around him, Peter Obi, that he has not invested 100 million in media. He's not serious. He ain't going nowhere. I love him to pieces, but this is my advice.
Thank you.
I won't go on Twitter, but I will type it and I will send it to the team.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. If you can also send it to me, I'll do well to forward it to the team. All right. Thank you. Hello, good evening and welcome. Good evening, please. I need Prince Francis Chilaka to respond, so kindly make it very quick. Welcome, sir or ma'am.
Good evening, Precious.
Yes, you're welcome. Go ahead very quickly. Go ahead. Thank you, please.
Yeah, I think I want to quickly respond to what the last caller said.
What's your name, please? What's your name, please?
Comrade Omori.
Aluta. My Aluta brother. It after though. It after though. You have not seen for a long while. What's up now? Well done.
We just hear that they're looking for the
Stop whining me. Welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. She made a very valid point as for press representation.
Okay.
And you see, if you consider what they did against Jonathan, the likes of Naib Mohammed and both local and international, you don't need to, you don't need to make any too much emphasis on that. It's needed. And again, you were asking a question about what he said before, and there was no ambiguity about what he said. Peter Obi was very clear. The statement was very clear, and there was no ambiguity. If I say I have never met Abacha, it's like saying I have never met Abacha before. Even if I met Abacha yesterday, even if I'm talking with Abacha now.
And remember his word was I had, not I have. He said I had never met Abacha.
I have never met Abacha. It's very clear. There's no ambiguity.
So then why are you people now? Your people they troll them now. All of them they troll and say in life.
For the fact say somebody is in a relationship person, you dey tie the person to that thing.
No. But you know, say I dey want you now. I get to want you now. If I don't want you to bring out the best, what's I go do now? No wahala, they want each other. Go ahead.
When it comes to talking reality, what do you mean?
Okay.
You should be by who you follow, who be your guy. My guy don't do this so far. We are all fighting for a better Nigeria. So if the Oshowore message is not resonating with Nigeria, and the queue is behind the Obi, get this devil out and like I told you the other time, Peter Obi's presidency will clear the way through stronger institution for a possible Showore presidency in the future.
But why is Showore against it? Because Showore is also against him. I'm sorry, this is not about Showore. We shouldn't be mentioning him. But now that you mentioned that, Showore sees it as 10 and 10 pence. He doesn't even see anything good about Peter Obi if he doesn't even think he's worse.
Yeah, when people are contesting, they see.
Okay, so that's political. Okay, so that's political. All right.
I'm different for it because I'm not a contestant.
Okay, all right.
So there was no ambiguity about that statement. I have never met because of what transpired in Lagos, they went to Abuja. On getting to Abuja, because of his statement and his vibrancy, Abacha spotted him and said, this guy has something upstairs to contribute to this panel. He should be made part of this committee. I had never met Abacha, which means before that day, I had never had anything to do with Abacha. Even those that work with Abacha, the one only you today. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
David Mark, one of those people that wanted to kill Abiola, kill IBP and Abiola, if he handed over 2012 to Abiola. So, is it not the end of APC? What are we talking about? Even the Jagaban himself was indirectly. Look at the Chagoris of this world. Those are the people that looked at money for Abacha. Those are Tinubu's best friend. What are we talking about?
Thank you.
He's not guilty of anything. They have not chased anything to him. So, going to Abuja to resolve the problem was a credit, or should not be a discredit on Obi's part. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you so much. All right, Professor, sir. Make I let you jump. We still get plenty of matter we go talk. Yes, say on a Nigerian NIPOS since 2023.
Let's finish it. Let's finish it.
They don't send passwords.
No, let's finish it.
Other things. Okay, let's go.
Let's see. What I want Nigerians to understand this night is that Peter Obi is a refined politician. Peter Obi does not believe in grab it, snatch it, and run. Peter Obi is not one of those politicians who would embark on a smear campaign. The only thing is that Peter Obi will tell you what he believes is wrong. What woman is saying about Peter Obi spending money on the media, doing all of this and all of that. First and foremost, we need to understand that right now, whatever is going to happen, if Peter Obi becomes the candidate of the coalition, it will not be only him. A media team will be set up, and the media team will work with him. So for me, yes, I know that you need to spend money on media, but anybody expecting Peter Obi, like the lady said, to be spending 100 million every year on media is not serious. Peter Obi is investing his money where he knows that the people need it most. And we must give him credit for that. It's just unfortunate that each time Peter Obi goes to do these public and these charities he does, the Nigerian media, so to say, don't bring it out. They don't showcase it. They don't showcase it the way they showcase when Wike calls press conference to abuse everybody. So the point is this: the media war is not time for media war. If you listen to the two videos of Peter Obi and Abacha, Peter Obi, what he meant initially is that I have never or have not worked. He said, I have not worked for Abacha, or I didn't work for government. Government could be Abacha, it could be anybody. He has not worked for government. But it was on the spur appointment to decongest the ports. He was rendering a service to Nigeria, not to Abacha. Unfortunately, it was Abacha that was in power at the time this thing happened. But it does not mean he was working for Abacha. He was working for the government. After all, your president that you have today has as a minister a man that has been pointed as somebody who had helped Abacha in moving forward. So why is Mr. President bringing such person close to him? If we're saying that Abacha, if we're demonizing Abacha, yes, if we're demonizing Abacha, is bad, is this, is that. So why would you not pick people who worked directly with him, who related directly with him, into your government, if you're not part of that system? It's unfortunate. The truth of the matter is that it's only the dead that cannot say their own side of the story. I'm sure if Abacha was alive, this story wouldn't be the way it's been. It wouldn't be said the way it is said today. In all of this, who has come out to demonize IBB? He launched a book.
Is it because IBB is not alive? Sorry, is it because IBB is alive? Are you saying it's because IBB is alive?
It's because if IBB was dead and that book was to be launched, do you think anybody would go there? We pretend too much in this country.
All right. Let me
quickly take the presidents of our leaders that's brought this country to its knees.
All right. So we have so much conversation to cover this evening because it's important that we look at that case about NIPOS using a Nigerian postal service to parcel drugs and other illicit items. And even though they reacted to it, but I'd like us to talk about it. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Good evening, Precious.
Sir?
Yeah, good evening, Shilaka.
You can hear you. Go ahead. Okay, go ahead, please, very quickly. You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, in as much as we welcome publicity, like the lady said, what I don't support is we'll be having foreign support. This is the only thing that destroys Africa, and I wonder why she should support that. Obi gets people from CNN or whatever. It doesn't look. In as much as we support this kind of attitude, we are not ready to change our country, because whoever that supports you, that makes you to be there, is gonna want his interest. Why is the situation with Fubara and the Wike today? It's because of the kind of support Wike gave to him. So anybody thinking Obi should go outside the country, anybody, I am completely against that. This is the only reason why Africa is in a state it is today.
Okay.
And it is high time we start changing our behaviors, because I imagine me wanting to do something. It's like last time they wanted to do this thing and they came to London to do it. We all criticize it. So why should we hire people that any kind of life you're gonna change doesn't matter to? Why would we hire them? Why would you want them to come and make an input in what will not affect them either positively or negatively tomorrow?
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, Prince Francis Chilakasa, because of time, let's move to other issues because I want us to look at this NIPOS issue. But moving forward, would you like to react to what Wike said? The FCT Minister Wike had berated Peter Obi, saying that, that he's very undemocratic. For 4 years, 8 years, contest local government election. He talked this one for church, Anglican church, Fasokoro. He said, let's tell ourselves the simple truth. Some of you have sympathy for who you don't know out of emotion. You see, Peter Obi will be president. President where? The minister asked. For 8 years, he was governor. He never conducted local government election. 8 good years. That was democracy. And then he said, Obi lacked the moral right to say Nigerian democracy is not working when he failed to conduct council elections and doubled the governor. Well, he eventually did that towards the twilight of his administration, though. Doubled as governor and local government chairman. Now, they will. But how many local government elections did Mr. Wike conduct? Is it not from one caretaker committee chairman? Sorry, no vex. Now, Mr. Wike, now said now they will come out and begin to talk democracy is not working, but it worked under you alone, being governor and chairman of local government. Only one man. The time has passed. Don't wait. Don't have that opportunity again. You say no go get him again. So, what do you make of what Nyesom Wike is saying that Peter Obi would never be the president of Nigeria? If you can just drop a few words on that, and then we move on to the NIPOS issue, because I really want us to look at that NIPOS issue. Go ahead, sir.
I have stopped joining issues with Wike. And I believe that any serious-minded Nigerian would also realize that Wike talks from two sides of the mouth. So anybody who talks from two sides of the mouth cannot be taken seriously.
Oh dear, I think your network, Prince Francis Chilaka, sincere apologies.
A full replica of Wike has become a full infrastructure, stomach-structured politician. If tomorrow, I tell you this, go and write it down. If tomorrow Peter Obi becomes president and they offer Wike an appointment, Wike will accept it. If you look at the things Wike said about APC and the candidate of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the former president, you would not believe in your wildest dream that Wike would accept to work as a minister.
So like the thing he said about, I look at somebody saying that he wants to continue from where Buhari stopped, continue from where failure. Is that kind
exactly.
of okay.
Exactly. Yeah, so Wike has said so many things that I'm sure he cannot even remember he said them. But unfortunately, each time the media have to interview Wike, they are so scared of asking him pertinent questions. When he had interview on channels the other day, there were questions or there were issues raised. There were issues raised by Chubika and Ichi as to where is the wealth of Wike coming from.
Okay, are you saying he never addressed that?
No. If you listen to Wike, he's always saying all Wike was talking about was how the wife of Amechi was collecting money. And now I am happy he's asking for the forensic report. But he has forgotten that forensic report will also affect him because governors of the South and some of the states under NDDC, they were all dipping their hands into the cookie jar. Your Senate president did the same. He was one time in charge of that place. So for me, Wike can say whatever he wants to say because Wike knows that out of government, he has no relevance. So he's doing everything it takes to remain relevant, and that is to be in government.
All right, so let's get straight to this very disturbing conversation. We hear that the Nigerian Postal Service NIPOS. Yep. Okay. Um, okay. NIPOS has said courier operators have become increasingly bold in transporting illicit drugs and deadly weapons in recent years, coinciding with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's assumption of office in 2023. So the general manager of NIPOS Courier and Logistics Regulations Department in Ondo State, Oludotun Shonde, who said this at a stakeholders meeting in Akure, expressed concerns over the infiltration of illegal courier operators and logistics companies across major cities. Now, according to Mr. Shonde, the activities of the illegal courier companies now pose a threat to national security and the economy as they work out of car parks and private offices before luring unsuspecting Nigerians with ridiculous low prices. Now, Mr. Shonde said unlicensed courier services lack structure for safe delivery and operate without accountability. He described the activities as national red flag that could should not be ignored. Quoting him, he says the unlicensed courier companies lack the infrastructure for safe and secure delivery. Worse still, they operate without any regulatory oversight or accountability, creating a major security loophole. They are putting customers at risk, theft or abuse of the parcels. Using an illegal courier service is like going to quack doctor. It also costs you dearly. That's what he said. Now, he revealed that the agency recently began a crackdown on the activities of operators looking up to illegal courier companies and confiscating the motorcycles used for the operations. One of the unlicensed operators was recently arrested for conveying firearms and hard drugs, so he hinted at the stakeholders meeting. Now, to stand the tide, Mr. Shonde positioned that that every courier operator in the country must obtain an operational license from the Postmaster General to guide and streamline operation of logistics companies in Nigeria. He, however, also appealed to the public to be wary of cheap, untraceable services, stressing that I think properly regulated delivery systems is key to whatever it is. Uh, Okay, all right then. Thank you. So, and then the NIPOS has also reacted to that conversation. I think there's something NIPOS said. So they said they denied allegations that it informed the use of courier services for drug trafficking since President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's assumption of office. A newly article, yeah. So they denied that. They said that they never meant to say that. Now the report claimed that. Well, we can go on and on with that. Even though People's Gazette has eventually amended their post so that they removed most of the indicting things they wrote there. But that initial post that was indicting had it or was written in such a way that it looks like the couriering of the logistical travel of most hard drugs and firearms and all of those illicit items became more prominent under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration, and that is very disturbing. But let me take your opinion on it, sir.
Well, for me, NIPOS is a moribund organization. NIPOS has not lived up to our expectation. It is the failure of NIPOS as an organization that has led to various malpractices in that sector. When I was growing up, I used to have a PO box. Is anyone is called what it was called then? I used
Yes.
to have a PO. Yes, I used to have a PO box, and I used to go to check it every week. I check it twice every week, and I used to have mails delivered into my box.
Into your box, yes.
So you just go, open your box, collect your mail, you lock it back, and every month you pay a token for the services. But where are we with that today?
So
So
Prince Francis, like, have you also heard about incidences of people sending things through night post directly? Now that we're talking
and they
about
get
night post,
missing.
how did you know? Sometimes you go see only
I,
carton, you
I'm,
know, go
a,
see
I'm a
something.
victim. I'm a
Wow.
victim.
Oh
So I'm not
wow.
saying I'm a victim of it. Not once, not twice. So that is why, like I said, it is the failure of NIPOS that has led to whether anybody's schooling. But the question we should be asking, these drugs, these illicit drugs and arms, are they taking them from abroad, or they're taking them when they have entered into the country? So if they have entered into the country, who do you hold responsible? And it sounds funny because you and I know that you cannot just see a bike on the road and call the bike to come and do courier services for you. They have offices. Most of them have offices. Most of these transportation companies have their courier departments. Almost all of them now have courier departments. So are you talking about them? So it is one thing for NIPOS to say all the blank rubbish they're saying. It is their own failure. If they were doing the right thing that they're supposed to do, a few years back, like I was saying, they used to have the NIPOS delivery trucks. They go from house to house.
Yes, so you see their trucks as delivering parcels.
When you talk of the organization that has real data of addresses of Nigerian homes, you talk of the old NEPA. Because anywhere your house is, NEPA must bring your bill. They must drop your bill. Then you talk of NIPOS. Because NIPOS will drive from every nook and cranny of this country. They go from door to door. If they have people who were using bicycles, there was no time NIPOS was using motorcycles. They were using bicycles to go and deliver. So NIPOS is a failure. Let them not shift their failure onto other people. So if you're saying that people are moving arms, are moving drugs, where is the point? Where are they picking it from? How did those drugs get to the person that is giving it out? So these are issues that NIPOS should answer Nigerians.
Right, thank you.
When NIPOS has become moribund, that is the way the National Orientation Agency has also become moribund.
All right, sir. Good evening. Good evening, sir. Mr. Bakari, sir.
Yes.
You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, sir. Go ahead, please.
Okay.
Please kindly make it quick. We have Mr. Chilaka, they're greeting you.
I'm greeting you back, sir.
One advice I want to give to
Okay, sir. Okay.
Let Obi don't contest at this election at all. If I want, yes.
Why?
He should save his own glory and save his strength, because Atiku made a press conference with his people yesterday. He said his fire is going to bring a problem, whether good or bad. So please, let Obi stay clear. Let him wait. I'm talking from experience. Balabaniwa, we need Obi. Obi still have time to rule Nigeria.
So he should wait. He should wait till like 2038, because you know that after 2027 it will not be time for North again. It will be time for the North, sir. Okay, sir.
Wait.
Yes, sir.
I used to tell you one thing. I say rough for fight. People are going to hand over to Obi. It's not, they are going to hand over to Obi when this thing starts. When this thing is going to start, blow my wa. Oh yeah, Baba, atomic bomb.
Mi ò gbọ́ Yorùbá, sir.
Atomic bomb is going to happen with these people among themselves. Atiku no Bola Tinubu no Atiku. Go fire. Okay? So that's only my advice.
Okay.
If anybody knows, because Obi is very good. We need him. But not from this boiling fire. God bless you all.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So Obi should not contest at all this 2027, because he still has plenty time. That is, because of what is going on.
You see, when people, even though I want to call him my good friend, when people like that speak, they speak as if they don't understand what Nigerians are going through today. Nigerians have lost interest, total interest. They have lost faith in this government. Just the way Peter, Ahmed Tinubu and co, including some men of God and people from various religious organizations gathered to push away Jonathan. That is the way they got Nigerians to hate Jonathan's administration. They on their own, APC on their own, have gotten Nigerians to hate this administration.
Okay,
It
sir.
is not just the Nigerian people.
All right, let me quickly take
It is the APC themselves that have made Nigerians to hate APC.
All right, thank you. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, Precious, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Welcome. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
All right, this is our dream nation.
Our dreamland. Where you did since now?
I did. You don't forget me.
I mean, I know if you forget you, my brother. Go ahead.
All right, just listening to the last caller.
Mm-hmm.
It's laughable. Some of them,
Uh-uh.
yeah.
That's an elderly man, oh, and
You know, it's not about I didn't insult him. I say it's laughable. No?
okay.
It wasn't an insult
Okay.
because some people are there on air to try to use themselves as a tool to come and discourage Nigerians. How can you come to advise Obi not to run? Because Atiku is talking with Fulani people. He wants to run for election. Nobody has any monopoly of violence. Nigeria belongs to every one of us, and everyone has a right to run for election. So Obi is prepared, and Nigeria are prepared. Obi is not running. It's we, Nigeria, that is using Obi as a vessel to run. And we are solidly behind him. No matter whatever thing, every propaganda people will come, we are here to let people know nobody should listen to those kind of information.
All right.
I heard you mentioning something about Wike. Is that not the only thing you can mention about Peter Obi to say he did not conduct election? Did he really go through to know what happened during that time? Did Anambra people say they did not enjoy good governance? Today, the same person who is telling Peter Obi did not conduct election, do we have elected officers in Rivers State? I'm just using this opportunity. I've called out the primate of Anglican. He's a good man. Reverend Henry, Most Reverend Henry. He's a good man. If you call that bishop in Zia Sokoro, you should call, I don't know how much Wike gave him. Referencing Wike,
It's really very sad how most times when Wike talks, he talks on the pulpit rather. He always does that. He's done that in Port Harcourt several times, and I don't know why we make a pulpit a place that we used to ridicule our fellow politicians. So turned it to a political
Precious,
space.
that is not just the only one, Precious. Do you see that bishop calling I don't know if this is the vicar of that place, calling him that he's a Christ? He's behaving like Christ. How can you compare Wike? Does Christ drive Rolls Royce? Does Christ grab land? The Christ that we compare Wike to, is it the one that caused confusion in River State? How can you see people of that character, you give them a book because of little peanut they give to them? Our primate has to do something about the character of people standing as vicars, venerable or bishop, representing places. Those are not character of people. We have turned Christianity, turned our church into a political ground where you give people who do not have character to come to speak, desecrate the temple of God. This is not a good one. And one thing is that the Wike should know that he is not God to say Peter Obi will be president or not. It is not a 2023 that he went to rewrite the result of River State. This time around, we will count yes Wike. We will disappoint him. And during that time that Peter Obi will be the president of Nigeria, Grace Wike might be incarcerated, or he might be even in a wheelchair, drunk, and be rolling on the floor. He will not even, because he's a drunkard now, he might be somewhere, because he's not God. Because when God decides something, when you do something and so over your dead body, this is how you choose to die, you will not witness that thing. So he might be in jail before them. So people like that, he can't just go. He's not the one to decide for Nigerians. It's just as you see Wike now. He's nobody. He doesn't have a place. The only work he has to do, like Amiesi would talk and call him, he says he's a distractor.
All right.
So he's just there to be doing all those.
So somebody here dropped a comment and said he can be compared to Christ in the context that he came and delivered the people of FCT and brought a lot of projects to FCT. So that's Christ-like.
FCT, which is this thing? The same FCT that he wants to do a project of 2 naira, somebody is doing at 39 billion. People do not understand the leadership style of Wike, how he makes his money. That is why Wike went there to do something, discuss with Tinubu. They want to have an independent budget that it will not be going through presidency to come. He has to operate like a governor. That is how he used to take money from River State. So that he can do any project he can do, because there is no transparency in our procurement system. So people do not understand. He came to River State, he was governor. Precious, you are from River State. Did you see any developmental something about
capital development? Yes, so flyover. We have a lot of flyovers. What are you talking about? Every 2-3, how many kilometers we have flyovers?
Yes. And when he finished those projects,
on a stretch,
check everywhere we can construct any project we did if we did not have a land or hotel, filling station. So is that character you'll be talking about? Do you know what to suffer? The money you use in doing those flyover in River State, do you know how many hospital plus flyover, those flyover he built? How many hospital and school that those money will use and build in other places? The people that are corrupt are doing the dirty things. A project that will not cost 5 billion naira, you will inflate it and put it at 15 billion, and they will be calling you Mr. Project. Is it not the same project that is a boy that they put that cannot give flight, that cannot do anything? That incompetent, unfortunate governor Fubara.
No, now don't call people names now.
He's owing debt. Sorry for using, because what is it now? Is it not the thing we are suffering? Is it not the one today now laughing with the Yesu Wike? What is the fate of the Inedi? What is the fate of the Speaker of the House of Assembly? People that become enemy to Yesu Wike. Do you know the condition they gave him? They don't want to see any of them come close to him anymore. So what is the fate of the River State who stood behind the Fubara? These people are big. River State made big mistake. From Amiesi to Yesuwike to Fubara, it was a big mistake because intellectual people, cool people of River State, left politics. Some of them flew abroad and forget politics in River State. That is how you had the opportunity seeing Tout becoming governors in River State. And this is where we are today because of that singular mistake.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's bring on someone else. Thank you so much. All right. Hello, good evening and welcome. Hello. Hello.
Hi, Pepe, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Oga, make and sharp. You know, say nights don't come. Go ahead, please.
I beg. You see, they say when you dig somebody else will dig for you. There is a report now. They just fact check. Somebody fact check now. He said, according to available record, Wike saying his father-owned companies is untrue. In fact, they even put the man picture. His name is Dr. J.
Now, Pastor in the church man.
Pastor, yes. They said it was alleged that Wike's father was sacked as a pastor at an Anglican church because his son, yes, Wike was preferring the church offering. The reason he was disowned to open his own church in Brodel at Azikiwe Street in Maitu, Diopu. There was no record of his father owning company or general manager. You see?
Go ahead. You don't finish. Now the only thing you won't tell me. You don't finish.
No, that is number one.
Oh yeah, hurry up now.
Peter Obi will say, I had. You see, sometimes when people talk, people understand English. I had never met Abacha. Meaning that before that day, he had never met Abacha before that. I had never was in the past tense. Not present. I had never met Abacha. So English, let us understand English. So this Reno and Co, they should understand what is called English before they will start typing their garbages and all that. Thank you very much. That's what I need to say.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hello, good evening and welcome. My phone lines are buzzing. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Sir?
Yeah, Precious.
Sir?
Good evening. My name is
Victor, I'm calling from United Kingdom.
You're welcome, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I've been listening to everybody all this while.
Mm-hmm.
Following you and your programs.
Thank you, sir.
People keep talking about election.
Mm-hmm.
It's the coalition. Nobody is talking about the electoral reforms. What happened in 2023? At the end of the day, they will tell you people again, go to court. If you don't like it, go to court. Why is even all the bloggers, all the people supporting you, all the people, the coalition, nobody's talking about electoral reform. Apart from this young man, Peter. He's the only one talking about electoral reform. Why is nobody talking about that? Because I see what is happening, going to happen again. APC is talking, so let's run through the how they're talking about nobody would beat Tinubu. But what is happening in Nigeria? I was attacked 3 times when I came back to Nigeria. 3 times. I even have I had to undergo 2 X-ray to see if my wrist was broken. Luckily for me, nothing happened. So people are not talking about how when all this is Nigeria is bad. Nigeria is not that good. I'm not saying it's bad, but the situation is not good. And I see these people are still having the effort to say they will win. Nobody will defeat Tinubu. Nobody will defeat Tinubu. And nobody's talking about electoral reform. If we continue this way, they will still win again, and they will ask you to go to court. I was here watching what happened in Lagos and other places. How they slap dogs.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so that's my contribution.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you. Hello, good evening and welcome. Hello.
Hello, good evening, Precious.
Sir?
Yeah, good evening, Mazichinap.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Precious, this is C2 calling from Freetown, Sierra Leone.
Oh, I see to you don't tell. How you doing now?
I'm good, you?
I'm very well. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, Precious, people like me, I've learned a lot of things, but in fact, I love all these things that is happening, so it makes people like me to learn more, and it opens my eyes. Believe you me, I love it. I want to ask anybody that is against Peter Obi should name one politician in Nigeria now that is better than Peter Obi. I am not campaigning for Peter Obi, don't get me wrong. But I want to ask them, they should name one politician that they did everything they did to Peter Obi, that you will not find cockroaches in his cupboard. Up to today, Peter Obi cannot be indicted for something. They said he stole a pin right from when he was governor of Anambra State. Up to today, APC are still looking for one thing to indict that man. Didn't he show them that this man they are pursuing up and down are not he's not the same with them? Even Peter Obi will go up to the left and say, go and verify. And Tinubu come out and tell you, go and verify. Let me tell you something. I said, it keep happening and they learn a lot. Let me go to Wike first. Wike is an opportunist.
Why?
If not because of the situation of the country, I would have allowed Atiku to deal with him. Believe you me. But let me not go there. I want to ask Peter Wike, can you show me the record of your business with who you are? Right from when you were Agro what they call it, Obiapo. Show me your record of a business when who you are, that up to this day, how do you make your money? But if you call up Peter Obi now, he will show you how he started his business and become a millionaire. He will show you. And somebody like Wike will come and be talking down on Peter Obi. Somebody you know that is not because of stealing. Wike would even, it's nowhere to be found. Wike, and he came and be talking to somebody who employ thousands of people, who make his money legit, who make his company, who the whole world knows, and Wike will come and be talking down on him. I don't blame Wike. I blame the situation of Nigeria. I blame both the country and the constitution of the country. Because if Nigeria is working, people like Wike should have been rotting in jail. By now, as I speak to you, by now, Now, let me go to, I won't give the imbecile in America. I won't promote him here. The one that call his name stands for Omoker or whatever, I won't promote him because he's a tout. When you see a tout, you will know. Let me go to Daddy Freeze. Daddy Freeze that was asking that the reason why Peter Obi should come and explain what he's doing with Abacha. To hell with Daddy Freeze. This is a useless tribal bigot. That man called Daddy Freeze. He's nothing but a stupid idiot. What stops you from coming Tinubu to come and explain his drug activities in Chicago? What stops this idiot to come and call Tinubu? Why is the country like this? Then you see Peter Obi who never ruled Nigeria, and you're telling him the reason why you don't like him is because he should come and explain to you what is his role with Abacha. To help with Daddy Freeze. He said, because you see, these people, we know them. I want them to be coming out so we can let's identify them and tell them who they are.
All right, thank you.
The atrocity of Peter Obi is because he contested election and won election. Peter Obi is the legitimate president of Nigeria today. Whether you like it or not, the mandate was stolen by him. And the people that stole this mandate, what did they do with it? Today you can see, you know how much a bag of rice is today. We can all see it. Listen, if Peter Obi, if it happens, precious 1 minute please, if it happens that Peter Obi can become Nigerian president today, the Nigerians will suffer it because I just see something for the people who want the change, who genuinely vote for change. But those ones who say that because of tribal bigot and where we come from, so let's give it a kiss, man. I ask you, how much is a tomato in the market today? Thank you very much for this opportunity.
What was that thing he said, Prince Francis Chilakasa? What was that thing he said?
I don't know.
I have more calls coming in, but I really like us to finish the conversation around Natasha and other issues. Your babe Natasha said she will resume work unfailingly on Tuesday, so we'll see because that may be like drama waiting to happen. And thirdly, remember that there is this new vigor now that the president has just used to give order to the military to quash every traitor, every. So people don't they look and say, what is going on? Adikomo, hello, good evening and welcome.
Precious and pretty like
Welcome, sir. Mr. Tony from Chicago.
yes,
You're welcome, sir.
First of all, about P2P, my own thing that Nigerians like to find something among that man. I don't know why. I don't know why. The problem there is, he never, before they went there on their own. He was not invited. They went there to come and solve a problem for the nation. And the man told you that there were a number of them that went there together. If the man is lying, he won't tell you. And don't you tell me that you want to tell me that all the members that will join him are all gone? They're all watching. He didn't say he went there alone. So if I want to lie, I will not say I have people that will join me to that place. Peter Obi is just somebody. Do you think that if Peter Obi has a skeleton, that this DSS will not have picked him up? Precious.
Sir.
I don't know why people are trying to find something where there is nothing to find. I don't know why. That man is not a saint. But at least to an average, he's above all the rest of them. He's above the rest of them, please.
The same way he said, the same way he admitted this evening that he's not a saint.
Exactly.
But that we need people of character and competence.
Exactly. About the way I'm asking God, if it comes to the worst, join Article. Why is it join Article? Because you can't be outside to repair Nigeria. You have to be inside, no matter whatever it is. Article will give him enable space to adjust this situation in Nigeria. But if he is the best bet for Obi to deduct, that's ADC. That's the best bet for ADC. Because if Article insists, I know why Article insists, because age. If not, Article would have done what Tinubu did. But age is not on his side. That's why I'm feeling that he might insist. Today, I think he went to see Kanu governor today. So all these things are game they are doing. The Northerners are behind ADC. There are people that are holding ADC. All they need is Obi. Because Obi is that ballot, Eastern region will vote for Obi. And that leaves Tinubu. Even if someone said Shei become INEC, he cannot do anything. But my friend, let me not give you three away, okay? I know
Thank you.
it's already late there.
It's okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right. So let me quickly rush up some conversations very quickly. There's this survey that is very, very troubling. I thought we should also look at it, Prince Francis Chenaka. So a recent survey conducted by an independent, non-profit and non-partisan opinion research think tank known as an opinion research think tank known as Africa Polling Institute (API) has shown that between 79% to 83% of Nigerians expressed little or no trust in President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's led executive, both the National Assembly and the judicial arm of government. This is according to this survey, and it's very disturbing. When you have an administration that about 79 to 83% of people do not trust that government administration, what does it mean? Now, the report launched a national dialogue in Abuja on Thursday also computed the Nigeria Social Cohesion Index (NSCI) as 48.8%. Now, the index below is below the average score of 50% points and indicates a weak state of social cohesion in Nigeria. That means our units in a problem. That is, we know even they. Oh, okay, I become. Now, according to a statement issued by APS Executive Director Professor Bell Ihua, and made available to Nigeria's, Tribune. The survey findings report growing citizens. The survey findings report growing citizens' trust and low public confidence in the government and public institutions. Quoting it, it says specifically 83% of Nigerians expressed little or no trust in government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and 82 expressed the same sentiment towards the National Assembly under the leadership of Senate President Godswill Akpabio and the House of Representative leader Tajuddin Abbas. That is to say that, according to their survey, 83% of Nigerians no trust President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and 82 no trust the National Assembly, and 79% of Nigerians no trust the judiciary under the leadership of erstwhile CGN Justice Kayode Ariwole and the current Chief Justice of Federation, Justice Kudirat Kekireko. In comparison with previous edition of 2019, 2021, and 2022, the data reveals that citizens' trust and public confidence are currently at their lowest ebb. I think it was better in previous administration than now. In addition, the survey found that Nigerians now seem to be united in shared struggle, especially as it pertains to their everyday lives and the negative impact of the current economic realities. It is not uncommon to hear citizens constantly alluding to the economic hardship, high cost of transportation and goods and services, as well as the lack of economic prosperity under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Africa Polling Institute (API), with the support of the Ford Foundation, in their friend, sorry, our friend Bill Gates, conducted a nationwide citizen perception survey (CPS) to measure the state of social cohesion in Nigeria between the month of January and February 2025. A total of 5,465 interviews were completed via face to face household visits using the stratified random sampling technique with citizens aged 15 years and above. Now, the interviews were conducted in five major languages: English, Pidgin English, Hausa, Yoruba, and Igbo. Geographic quotas were assigned to ensure that all states and senatorial districts were properly represented in that that statistics or that survey. Now, the concept of social cohesion refers to the willingness of citizens of the country to cooperate and work together towards ensuring the survival and prosperity of that country. So, drawing from the literature and building upon the 2019, 2021, and 2022 rounds of survey, 14 indicators were instrumentalized to measure social cohesion in Nigeria or Nigeria's identity: trust, social justice and equity, civic perception, tolerance, gender equality, disability and inclusion, impunity, corruption, natural resource governance, polarization, security and peace building, coping strategies, migrant self-worth and self expectation. Overall, the results of the 2025 General Social Cohesion Survey and the Nigerian Social Cohesion Index were computed at a score of 46%, suggesting that Nigeria still falls below the average 50% threshold of social cohesion country. So that means we are all not even willing, that we don't even have that willpower to work together to fight for a common cause of our country, apart from the fact that we all agree that we're united in struggle of poverty. Now, in fact, this is a long read, but what does this mean, Prince Francis Chilaka, really?
It doesn't mean anything precious. You and I, we live in Nigeria. You don't need anybody to carry out a survey to tell you that people have lost faith and trust in this government. So anybody that is embarking on the survey is just wasting his time. The answer is obvious. There are certain things you don't spend your time bothering about when you know what, when you say 1 + 1 is equal to 2, you already know. Anybody in, I was repeating, anybody in Nigeria today that is saying that there's cohesion, there's love, there's good governance, that person is not being sincere to him or herself. So you don't need a survey. That's my own argument. You do not need a survey to tell you the truth of what is happening on the streets.
So that means
The only thing is that those you have as your leaders, they're not on the street. They don't understand what the Nigerian people are going through. But the reality is that you do not need a survey to tell you the current state of the current mindset of Nigerians when it comes to this APC government.
Thank you so much, Prince Francis Chilaka. So let me quickly just jumping on other issues. Now, okay. So the African Democratic Congress (ADC) has accused President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration of calculated incompetence, stating that the government's sudden reform push is not born of compassion or policy, but of political panic sparked by the growing influence of the credibility of the ADC. Directly challenging the recent disclosure by Bayo Nanoga, the special advisor to the president, his office, that government plans to remove bottlenecks to food security and exports. The ADC, through its spokesperson and interim National Publicity Secretary, Malam Bolaji Abdullahi, wondered why it has taken the emergence of the coalition for the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to now know that they will remove bottleneck from food and importation. Why now? Why now? He noted that without the pressure mounted on the government with the successful unveiling of the opposition coalition last week, the government would have persisted in its calculated indifference to the plight of Nigerians. Make I stop on there. Now, the president today gave a marching order to the military. He said, we not leave anybody spared. Follow them bumper to bumper. Squash everybody when they want to destroy our unity. That's what he said today. This is the first time we're seeing the president give this directive in such vigor to say squash them. Now we know, say, first of all, you know what happened for inside Benin State. The president called on farmer had a crisis, that he should reconcile warring parties and all that. This is the first time the president is like speaking in this way. Is just something happening? Do you think that the coalition really don't make the president to want state up a little bit, or the president in general?
Precious, you don't need to go too far. Where is your president?
From St. Lucia, I don't go Brazil, sir.
Okay, so your president is running Nigeria from Brazil.
They work remotely now.
Where is your vice president? So your vice president cannot give instructions. So it is Bayo Nanoga that has become your vice president. I'm asking you.
Sir? I don't
So your vice president is sending emails. He's sending emails. What do they call it? Is issuing executive order via email to Bayo Nanoga to announce to Nigerian people. Meanwhile, you have a vice president. Why did your president not transmit power to the vice president when he was traveling out? So, talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. It's like your president saying that they're signing agreement on agriculture to increase our agriculture, modernize agriculture in Nigeria. But you're not addressing the core issue why our agriculture is not even making waves. which is the issue of insecurity, the issue of bad governance, the issue of policies that are not helping people to, businesses to thrive. So I don't understand. I really, I find it funny that, suddenly, APC is saying all sorts of things. Obviously, it's the fear of the coalition. And the coalition has not even taken off. The coalition is they're still preparing, the foundation. They're just digging the foundation, they're doing plaster. So it shows that if you notice what has happened in the last week, where you had Wike speaking, talking, looking for every opportunity to talk, you saw Festus Kiyamo, you saw Bayo Nanuga, everybody, you saw Reno Mokre, everybody. It simply shows you that suddenly they have realized that there is an opposition, and that opposition is strong. And that this opposition is not made up of political parties coming together, rather, it is coming together of individuals. So you expect that the government will panic. But in the face of panic, don't tell us lies. Don't tell us things people will tell us that will make us happy. People want, the only thing the government can do that can really make people say, oh, this government is ready, is to bring the price of petrol back to 200 naira or at most 300 naira.
You want us to bring back something, sir?
Is to remove all this issue of bandwagon and bandless that they have placed on us. These are things that you would do. And then to ensure that the issue of insecurity is solved immediately. So you're giving a marching order. Don't forget that we have seen videos of soldiers who says that they don't have the kind of firearms that these bandits have. So if you're asking them to quash them, what are they going to use? Their hands, their teeth?
Are you saying that in line with what Peter Obi said today, that he would rather borrow to invest in security so that the country will be secured and can be productive? Are you saying that that's
you and I know that few years back, people travel with by NIPOS to the east. People who have businesses in the east who cannot afford flight will take NIPOS. By 5 a.m. they're in the east. They do what they want to do. They take another bus back. Can you try that today? Even going by road during the day, are you not scared? Do you not have your heart in your hands? So what are we talking about? You need to address the core root of the problem. The core root of Nigeria problem today is insecurity. When you solve insecurity, a lot of things will follow. When you look at the process that brings people to power, everybody say, let us reform our electoral law. What is happening? Why is the National Assembly quiet? Why are they behaving as if every part of the National Assembly has become a graveyard? Why are they quiet about reforming our electoral laws? Why are they suddenly, being part of the system that's monetized our electoral process?
But some people,
as you are talking now, they have not even started to review registers for continuous. They call it continuous voters register. But is that what you have? Why is the National Orientation Agency not outside there educating Nigeria on the need why they must vote? They must come out. They should come out. Why is INEC educational unit not educating Nigerians on voting? So the things that the government should do, which is, it's so simple to do, because you wouldn't expect the president to do, but you have agencies. Why are these agencies not working? Why are the agencies looking like they're moribund? And yet you pay people's salary every month. They run overhead cost. Suddenly we have gone to sleep. Nobody's talking about Nigerian refineries. Nobody's talking about the refineries in Port Harcourt and Warri. Nobody's talking about them. Are they lifting or they're not lifting? So we are waiting for every minute. Dangote comes and announces, oh, I'm bringing down price. NNPC will now follow behind. Who is supposed to lead? Is it Dangote refinery or the NNPCL? So these are issues that this government seems to have. What it appears today to me and to a lot of Nigerians is that the economy of Nigeria is in the hands of Dangote. So if Dangote sneezes, everybody will, get worried. And it shouldn't be like that. NNPCL should be in the forefront to say, oh, Nigerians have suffered enough. What do we do as a body to bring down the cost of petrol?
So do you
But,
know things you know things say government they look at these things now they don't consider now they tackle food security issue they also tackle insecurity heads on right now president don also announce say two of our jets say they go sell them they don't put them up for sale now e don already dey there for Switzerland say make dem sell two of the jets them so don't you think that it is now the president is now listening and is now willing to do something about it because there's been reported that two of our jets
you want to
sir.
sell two of your jets. You want to sell two of your jets, but yet the minister used 39 billion to renovate or refurbish an apartment
He said
or
he don't
a
make
hall.
700 million. He said he don't make 700 million in 3 days, in 3 weeks.
Congratulations
Because
to him.
he made the
The money,
place they
the
taste.
21 billion, the
We never
21 billion they spent on Shetima's apartment. What happened to it? It was a necessity, isn't it? How much did your president buy the aircraft he's using? So this is not saying something you think Nigerians want to hear. Nigerians have moved on. I keep saying it. Anybody thinking that Nigerians are still the way they used to be? No. That is why when you say one thing, the Nigerians give the Gen Zs 2-3 minutes. They will bring internet does not lie. Internet no dey hide. You hear the way they're now trying to find out the root of Wike, because Wike said his father was a general manager of many companies. And I was asking, was he a general manager of 10 companies at the same time? So people are beginning to ask questions. People are beginning to dig deep. And that is to make government to realize that even as much as you make it difficult for Nigerian children to go to school, a lot of them are struggling and a lot of them are getting wiser and even ensuring that they get themselves educated and informed. And government needs to be very careful. We need to be very careful. Because the day, like Amechi would say, it is the Nigerian people who have remained docile that has allowed the few political class to hold this country to ransom.
All right, so my people, make I quickly tell on a reminder. I beg, make gonna say, as I see a name like this, the Naked Truth TV. Oh yeah, not gonna go subscribe to them. Pull on like a village people. The Naked Truth TV. I beg, kindly go click on the Naked Truth TV and subscribe, and also watch his videos and like. And I'm sure that after now, he's going to drop some bombshell on his page. And also click on the like button on this show. Click on the like, follow us, subscribe. If you never subscribe before, what are you waiting for now? It is not GSTV, it's not Go TV. You're not paying money for it. I just one click. Wait them like go do to subscribe. Subscribe now, like, follow us like your village people. We will continue to talk for the growth and development of our nation. In recent times, I'd like to bring a few persons of interest to come follow us put mouth for talk for inside here within this week and next week. I'm not going to tell on the names of the persons who they work on, but as soon as then grant me interview, I go let on know so that I go know say these people then they talk because we will continue to talk. This time now back to back, we will continue to do them. So Prince Francis Chilakasa, just before you go, Natasha has said that she's resuming work on she's resuming work at the National Assembly on Tuesday. People are worried that is this not another call for disaster again? You won't go cause quarrel again this time around. They never call you back. You don't talk say you go resume work again. So she told
Well,
her followers, sir, that she's
you
sir,
know that
sir.
when you are placed on suspension by your office and a board meeting is held and the board says they call you back, and you did enter your ear, you go find out whether your recall letter don't be available now. So she's going to find out whether her recall letter is available, is ready or not.
But even the Senate talk say they never even see the certified true copy of the judgment for them to even know what to do. And then they don't already tell her to
Maybe that
she
is
go
why
do
she said Tuesday. So hopefully, since tomorrow na work,
they go
the
get the
CTC
certified true
must
copy.
come out tomorrow.
But they also told her that she has to apologize to the courts in about 3-4 Nigerian dailies. And she also
And
has
how
to
are you
pay
sure she has
5
not done
million
that?
naira. Okay.
That one,
All right.
the apology has nothing to do with resumption. Don't forget there are two different judgments.
Yes, I know. That one are because of
So
contempt of court. Because
no
say
lump them
she
together. But in closing,
no,
I think it's
the reason that they lump them together now because of say the Senate spokesperson they don't talk say until she does the needful, waiting court don't tell her to do. Say themselves they no go reply. That's what the Senate spokesperson had said, and that's how
I
she's
know
taken.
I know that they will find a middle way out of it. Obviously,
Let me
she
quickly
will tender an apology. But I want to close this evening. I want to say something to Nigerians.
Can you just hold on a bit before you say that thing? Let me just talk to two people, 1 minute. Hello, good evening and welcome, sir. Can you hear me, Mr. George Obo? Mr. George Obo, apparently you're just watching us and all
Yeah.
right, go ahead. Please, 1 or 2 minutes, please, very quickly. It's late, it's almost midnight here.
Okay. Good evening.
Welcome. Where are you calling us from,
Good
sir?
evening, Precious.
Sir?
I'm calling you
Okay,
from
you're
Warri.
welcome, sir. Go ahead. Go
From
ahead, sir.
Warri,
You're welcome,
Delta
sir. Go
State.
ahead, sir.
Yes. Yeah. Just that emphasis will be laid on Wike's action. That's what I wanted to talk on. And somebody like that, for me, I've seen him as a distraction. So for us, we are not even supposed to be discussing that kind of a person if we are in a real civilized
Yeah, but
society.
he's a
That's what
minister
I
of the
just
Federal
want to
Republic
say.
of Nigeria.
And my brother, yes, I agree with the minister. But when somebody is behaving like a lunatic, where do you have to take that person to? Take it to a psychiatric home. We start treating him. So for me, it's a lunatic. He's not supposed to be in government anymore. That's my own. Thank you to my brother. Help me to greet my brother that is in the
Thank you, sir.
studio with you. He being, I've always find time, I find it interesting listening to
Oh,
him and
stop
all
it. We
this,
like it.
all that is giving us.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
Thank
sir.
you
you.
so much. I appreciate
Good
you, sir.
night.
Good night, sir. Hello, good evening, and welcome, Mr. Dr. Green Show. You're welcome, sir.
Uh, my sister, but how you doing? How is everything now?
I did for how your side now. Where you call us from, sir?
I come from Toronto, Canada.
You're welcome, sir. Well, I put mouth for
Well
thought, sir.
done. My brother, how you doing? Tell my brother when they went get white hair. Say I greet him. Now because of him, I like your program. Oh.
I greet you, my
Aww.
brother.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't go follow him. Go follow him for the Naked Truth TV now. Go follow him.
No, so God bless you, man. You don't die young in Jesus' name.
Ami
Amen.
o, lórúkọ Jésù.
We
Thank
will,
you.
we will live to see the goodness of our children.
Amen.
Amen.
My brother, what are they call for? I don't call for anything. I just want to talk one small thing. Then they sell our jet when they for Switzerland. Now that won't be our problem. Jet when they want sell.
Shebi una talk so na get plenty jets. Why we go get
Wait,
plenty?
jet
And they
when they
won't
want
sell
sell.
small.
Now be Nigeria problem.
So that they go save
My
money
sister,
for now.
maybe now look at this. One person for Nigeria. One person for Nigeria, I think get the money when Nigeria will take better. All those people did there so. I first talk one thing one time. You know, I don't want to be repeater. The day when Babangida launched their launching book, the whole people went spoil Nigeria and they there.
Good.
The whole people right from Gowon, they there. If what happen for Ghana, rolling do for Ghana, if they don't go up for Nigeria, then Nigeria don't go better. I tell you,
And this one resemble Rollins. It be like saying Rollins brother. You know they see him face. He be
who
like Rollins. This man now.
over that, over that.
This one where they talk to
Huh?
this your friend here. This your friend here. He resemble Rollins.
I tell you, say I like her. If to say I dare me for do what Lawrence do. Everybody know me. Many people know me for Nigeria. If I say yes, now yes, my yes. If I say no, I will say no. If I tell you I will break this door, I will break them. So what are the talk? They better advise Christopher Musa when they use G-Wagon. If you don't want to be army, make it resign. But I advise them. Because soldiers they die. Civilians they die. They don't do anything about our security. They don't do nothing about security. Soldier not do nothing about security. If you just what soldier they talk and say now the general and the swell army, they give them small food they chop for Nigeria. They will give them money, they give them food, they will pocket the money. They will give them water they drink for barrack. And they don't talk and everybody don't see them for that. Our president go sit down. I don't send the message go meet to Oshomole. Oshomole call me. I send the message, I say, yeah, our general for army, nice for army. They don't talk good.
Thank you, sir. Make we just dey go. Nights don't come.
Oh,
Thank you
boy, I
so
give
much.
it to you. I will call back next time, okay?
No,
Thank you, sir.
thank you so much.
God
Thank
bless
you,
you.
sir.
God bless you. Okay.
Thank you, sir. All right.
Thank
Hello,
you.
good evening. I'm
Okay.
on program. Yes, welcome. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from? Just 1 minute, sir, please.
Okay.
Yes.
My name is Injitem. My name is Injitem. I'm calling from USA.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Please, Chinaka. Chinaka, thank
Yes,
you
sir.
very much. Continue
You're welcome.
speaking the truth. Whether they like it or not, continue saying what you are saying. God will continue to protect you and guide you.
Amen.
That's the talk truth. God will continue to guide them and protect them from evil ones.
Thank you.
So you are precious. Precious.
Sir?
God will continue to protect you. You
Thank
that
you.
are allowing us to see and to hear. God will continue to protect you.
Thank you.
So
Amen.
what I am trying to say is about not only wicked, I don't take wicked talk as a talk at all. Because wicked is a lunatic.
No.
Wicked, yes, it's a drunkard. When you see him talking, you see that the spirit is always coming out from his mouth. Wicked is a drunkard. So his talk is not a talk. But what I'm trying to say is that you see Peter Obi. I, for one, I have said this thing for the first time. I've said this for the first time. Peter Obi is a Kapmalama, like Igbo people said. He's always good for outside, but not at home. But I am trying to tell Peter Obi, he is the Igbo man, true, and I'm an Igbo man. Not that I am against him. But what I'm trying to tell him is that Nigeria will happen to him.
Why?
I am telling mark it somewhere. Nigeria will happen to him. As Nigeria happened to those where carry one Nigeria for head.
No.
You know they can learn something like them, like the one where cry for chamber. You know?
So what you dey try talk? What you want maybe to be do? Maybe to be not dey involved for politics. What you want them to do?
Make it come out. Nigeria don't talk. Peter Obi be Nigeria. Nigeria is not for Peter Obi. Peter Obi is not a Nigerian.
So what should we do? No. Okay, I like to take you on what you're saying. Peter Obi is not for Nigeria, but for now, your Biafra land. I guess I want to suggest that you're going towards Biafra. Now it's don't come, and I won't take you on. So your Biafra land right now still there under. Okay, you go listen to me as we talk. Your Biafra land still there under Nigeria. So how you want me Nigeria can't take good if people within the your extraction no fit they part of governance? What do you want me to do? Make any Igbo person no contest for election. Make any Igbo person no do anything. What do you really want? I want to know your point.
Okay. Those who were contest before, that can answer this question, precious. Those Igbo people, those are the ones who get put their legs in they contest before. Did this not be the Igbo that others say, maybe they sabotage them?
So what is your point? What is your point exactly?
Look. Before 2013, 2023, Toruto said Nigeria. What's his name again? Said that people never reached to rule Nigeria.
And then how this one use affect the P2B way they swear for now? I won't know. All this one way they talk, I take concern P2B.
No way when they allow up. See, in the 1960, October 12, when the talk said, no king no allow Igbo man to rule.
So
they could have even to change the destiny. They could have decide their destiny. And now that thing is still there till tomorrow. That thing is still there tomorrow. The whole tribes in Nigeria hate Igbo man. And they don't allow Igbo man to rule.
So because of that, just hold on now. Okay, we want to solve the problem quickly. Nights don't come. So because of that, make every Igbo person abandon government. May they not involve again for government.
You see how one person where people they listen to talk say this is what will make Igbo people to live or to have their freedom as in they are not recognized in Nigeria. You see that you see the fact for us to tomorrow. You see the suffer. Say if not to Biafra, no life.
You haven't made a point though. Honestly speaking, you never make point though. I did try ask you the question, make you go straight to the point, but you haven't gone straight to the point. The question I'm asking is that because you feel say there is an underground plan for no Igbo person to feel rule Nigeria, so because of that, I'll make all Igbo people abandon anything politics. Men they just hands off, leave only other tribes so they involve for politics. Is that your point? Is that what you're saying?
Look.
Oga, not tell me look. Answer me yes or no. Oga, yes or no.
I want to answer you. I want to answer you. Precious.
Go ahead, sir.
Precious. If your family, they said they don't want you, everybody said they don't want you in that family, can you force yourself to be a member of that family?
Even if my papa disown me today, my name still be Precious, and you see the answer in name.
All of them disown you for your family.
I say even if my papa and my family members don't disown me, I'm not gonna go change my documents from Precious Amy because now the name where I still be. So what do I do about it? We they say the same thing. Since all my documents right from time, everything where I get, don't they answer that name? So make I throw away my document, throw away my identity because I say them disown me. Okay, good night, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, everyone. I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who's part of the show today. It's been an amazing time with you guys. Always very refreshing to come to you every day. Sorry I had to do this late again. I had to wait for us to see what PO will say so that we can come here and analyze it. Thank you to everyone who's been part of the show. I know I love I love you guys, Jack. I say I have to see you guys again tomorrow, God willing, and see you again on Tuesday and Wednesday. See you every day. But in all of this, protect your mental health because wahala in need a finish. I see you on the other side. Be good, stay safe. Good night, and God bless you.